Are you 35 or older and thinking about having another baby, but feel discouraged with people's comments about you being too old? My name is Diana, and you are watching In the Pink, where we are your resource to help you find answers to your women's health questions. I'm a physician assistant, and I've been specializing in women's health for the past 11 years. In this video, we talk about things to consider if you want to have a baby in your late 30s or even your 40s. Welcome back, and thanks for joining me today. If this is your first time to my channel, please consider hitting subscribe so that you always know where to find me for your women's health questions. So something that I get asked quite a bit is, am I too old to have a baby? We're thinking about having another child, but people tell me that I'm too old. And what I like to tell them is, hey, you know what? Age is just a number. You can have a very healthy 35-year-old who eats well and works out daily, or you can have a 25-year-old who has multiple medical conditions that might make her a very sick individual. So you see, age is not the only thing to consider when you want to have a baby. But in medicine, they had to draw a line somewhere to say when a woman is of advanced maternal age. So they drew the line at 35. Okay, so what does this mean for you? Well, first of all, egg quality declines as you age, so there is a greater chance that a positive pregnancy test might not lead to a healthy pregnancy. Poor egg quality means that you are more likely to have an egg with a genetic disorder that can lead to a miscarriage. So your chances of miscarriage increases the older you get. In 25-year-olds, your chances of having a miscarriage is about 10%. It increases to around 15% by the time you're 35 and then climbs up to around 40% in your mid-40s. One of the things that some women worry about is the increased risk of having a baby with Down syndrome the older we get. So at 35, the average risk for having a baby with Downs is about 1 in 350. It's not like we have no risk of having a baby with Downs at 34 and then bam, our birthday hits and we suddenly have a 1 in 350 chance. No, our chances gradually increase. When we are 21 years old, the risk is about 1 in 1,500. At 30, our risk is about 1 in 1,000. When we're 34, it's 1 in 450. So the risks gradually increase over time and continue to go up the older we get. But even at 39, and FYI, I'm 39 and pregnant, our chances of a Down syndrome baby is less than 1 in 100. So there's still over a 99% chance that everything will be fine. Down syndrome is also called trisomy 21. We used to test for this with a test called amniocentesis, where we put a long needle through the tummy and through the uterus, and we collect a sample of amniotic fluid to test. Now, thankfully, this is a very old-fashioned test, and it's not really done anymore because there is much better testing and much safer testing to do. So you can do what's called first trimester screening that they do around 12 weeks, where they measure the thickness of the baby's neck with an ultrasound. This is called nuchal translucency, and they do that along with some blood tests. This combination of tests really does a good job at narrowing down what the risk is for your baby. You can also do a DNA test at about 10 weeks, which is just blood work, and you get the results in about 10 to 14 days. But that one only checks for trisomy 21, while the first trimester screening test checks for other genetic abnormalities as well. So bottom line is, if you want to have another baby and you are in the upper half of your 30s or even into your 40s, don't let other people tell you that you are too old to do that, because it's not up to them and it's not based just on your age. There might be some things that make it more difficult, but it's still doable for many women. And it's not really about your age. It's about how healthy you are, how well you take care of yourself, your lifestyle choices you make before and during your pregnancy to promote a healthy pregnancy. And it's also about where your family is right now. So personally, I got married when I was 30. My 2 kids are young. You know, I have a 9-year-old and a 6-year-old. So having a new baby, and maybe even another one after this, fits nicely with where our family is. Now, I have a friend who's my age, and she got married at around 19 or 20, and she had 3 kids right off the bat. She had a girl, and then she had a set of twins. Today, her daughter is married and her twins are graduating from high school. So her family is in a very different place than ours is. But you know, it's up to you and what fits with your family. Now, we did try to have a baby for 6 years before getting pregnant, and we needed help with in vitro fertilization to help us get here, which we are really grateful for. And I think I'm gonna spend some time talking about that in the future. So if you're interested in vitro fertilization and learning more about that topic, click subscribe and the notification bell icon so you'll be notified when those videos come out. But if you are over 35 and considering having another baby, go see your doctor, talk about your concerns, but I hope this video answered some of your questions, and good luck. Thanks for watching this video today. I hope it was helpful for you. So the question that I have for you is, how old were you when you had your last baby? And if you did have your last baby at 35 and older, what was your experience with that? I admit, it is a little bit harder. I'm a little bit more tired this time around than I did with my two earlier kids, but we still exercise regularly and it's been a great experience so far. If you know somebody who's considering having a pregnancy, but they're having questions on if it's right for them and their family, share this video with them. It might be informative and helpful for them too. If this is your first time to my channel, I'd like to invite you to hit subscribe. That's that little triangle button that's down below the screen down here. That way, if you have any other questions regarding women's health topics, you'll always know where to find me to help find those answers. If you have a specific question that you'd like me to answer, put that in the comments section below. I'm always uploading new videos. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.